All right, guys, so today we are talking about formal commands. Your textbook likes to call them mandatos formales, which is formal mandates. Mandates and commands are the same thing. So specifically, if you are talking to someone you would call usted, or you're talking to multiple people and you're telling them either to do something or not to do something, that's a command. So if you said, hey, call me later, that's a command. Throw this in the garbage can, that's a command. Open the window, please, that's a command. So to make a command, speaking again to someone who you would call usted or ustedes, so you all or you formal, then you're going to take the yo conjugation. That is step one. Write this down in your notes. Step one, think about the verb. If it's a regular verb, that's easy. Take off the AR, ER, IR, put an O there. But the reason we don't just say take off the AR is because if it is not a regular verb, you've still got to come up with the yo conjugation and take off the O. So in tener, it's tango. T-E-N-G is going to be the new stem. Dormir, duermo, it's an O-D-U-E stem change verb. It's still D-U-E-R-M for our stem for the command. So that is step number one, find the yo conjugation. Step number two, take off the O. So again, for hablar, leer, compartir, that looks really familiar. Tener and dormir, though, you've got a spelling change and a stem change that you've got to keep for the command. So then step three, you are going to add the new ending. So for AR verbs, it's going to be E and EN. For ER and IR verbs, it's going to be A and AN. So they are the opposite of what you learned in Spanish 1 for simple present tense conjugations. So you're just flip-flopping the endings. So that's kind of good news. So if we're talking to usted and we're saying, hey, you, speak. Hablar, it's an AR verb, so we're going to put an E there. Hable. So habla is you are speaking. Hable is telling somebody, hey, you, speak. So if I want to say speak Spanish, hable español. The verb leer, it's an ER verb, so we're going to add an A there. Lea. So lee would be he is reading. Lea is saying, hey, you, read. Compartir, it's an IR verb, so we add an A there. So comparte would be he is sharing or you are sharing, formal. Comparta means, hey, you, share. Tener is an ER verb, add an A. Tanga, if I want to say have a good day, tenga un buen día. Dormir is an IR verb, so we add an A there. Duerma. So you guys can see it's not that bad, it's just opposite endings. Now, ustedes, it's the same thing. So hablar is to speak, it's an AR verb, add an E in there. So that means, hey, you all, speak, hablen. If we want to say you all, read, we're telling you all, read, add an A in because it's an ER verb. Compartir is an IR verb, so you add A in. Compartan, you all, share. Tener is an ER verb, add A in. Tengan, y'all have. Dormir is an IR verb, so we add A in. Duerman, okay, duerman bien, y'all sleep well. So just opposite endings. So let's look at these. If I want to say open the door and we're talking to usted, we're going to think through these. First thing, you've got to know some vocabulary here. So to open is abrir the door, la puerta. So I'm talking to usted. My usted ending for an IR verb is an A. So I'm going to say abra la puerta. If I want to say read the book, again, I've got to know some vocabulary. So to read is leer. The book is el libro. So if I want to tell somebody we're calling them usted, it's an ER verb. It is still an A there. So I'm going to say lea el libro. Now if I'm talking to ustedes, you all read the book. We just looked at this. To read is leer, the book, el libro. Leer is an ER verb. Now we're looking at ustedes. It's an ER verb, so it's going to be AN. Lean el libro. Don't study too much. So this is a negative command. Don't is going to be just like what we've been using for negative sentences. Just put no in front of the verb. So then to study is estudiar. Now that's an AR verb, and I'm talking to ustedes. So ustedes, AR verb, it's going to be an EN. So estudian bastante. Don't study too much. Now there are some irregular verbs here, and the bad news is you've just got to memorize them. So dar, ir, saber, estar, and ser. Really, if you'll memorize the usted conjugation, the ustedes, you're just adding an N. And that's really all there is to it. So de, den for dar, and dar is to give. Ir is to go, so vaya or vayan. Saber is to know, facts or information. So sepa or sepan. Estar is to be. And remember, that's like feelings or location. Hey, be there tomorrow. So este or estén. And those accents are really important because you guys know este means this. It also means east. So you've got to be careful with that. And then ser is to be. And those are the to be as in the differentiation. So things that make people, you know, who they are, personality and physical traits and stuff like that. So with that one, ser is sea or sean. So just got to memorize those. Be really careful with those when you see them in the activities. See your notes in Voces, chapter 14, Mandatos Formales. There's some notes in there if you'll just open up your table of contents. There's probably also a video in there. YouTube is your friend. There are lots of things in there, but really it comes down to knowing these irregulars and then making sure that you have your endings memorized. That's it. If you are confused, I will be video conferencing. I will see you then.